Welcome back to the Whiskey Couch in Pretoria, South Africa, with South Africa's whiskey couple, myself, Gustav and
Elna.
And today we've got a fantastic video that we're doing on 3 different generations of Bunnahabhain 12-year-old. This is the very old one, the gift tube, when it was still round, Bunnahabhain 12, and then they changed it to the square gift box, and then again they went back to the round gift box, gift tube with the, I don't know what color that is, red, maroon, something. Yeah. Must I show you? You know colors better than I. What color is that? Maroon. Elna says it's maroon. There you go. This is the latest, newest bottling, and we are just going to give our impressions on the 3 different bottlings. It's in the exact same order than on the shelf. The older one, the new one, or the previous one, and then the latest one.
Okay.
Now, before we start, just in general, when you're talking Bunnahabhain 12, we've got some tasting notes here. On the nose, aromatic, sherry, woody, whiff of smoke, candy, dried fruits, oranges and vanilla. And maybe you want to tell us what the taste normally is.
The taste is, it's rich, sherry, dried fruit, roasted nuts, creamy fudge and chocolate, as well as sea spray and spices. That sounds...
And wow. Ginger. And the finish, medium, long finish, lingering, full-bodied, sherried fruits, bitter chocolate. We just did the video of the 18-year-old, and that came out as our favorite.
Yeah. So this will be interesting.
Yeah, in the previous bracket. So let's start with the first one, the oldest bottling. Now, this is the bottle, 750 mils, 43%. Older bottling. And what is interesting is the bottles didn't change much. The bottles are almost the same, except for the fact that the ABV changed, and suddenly in the previous bottling it says unchill, filtered and natural color. So from the oldest to the previous one, the ABV was increased from 43 to 46.3.
But the bottling stayed the same.
And then in the latest one,
the bottling is the same.
Bottle itself, but now they added the maroon. The maroon.
Yeah, but I mean the bottle itself.
Yeah, the bottle shape.
But now
just the labeling.
Labeling changed.
And again 46.3 in the newest release, and also 46.3%. So we're looking at 43%, 46.3, 46.3, and in the older and the latest release, unchill, filtered, natural color.
I like the color.
But for me, it became darker. Can you see that?
Yeah, slightly darker.
Let me give the camera a white background. The color definitely became darker for me. Change in sherry casks, perhaps. What is it that you pick up? I've got a slight hint of alcohol.
Sherry.
And
definitely sherry.
Then very rich. I get a rich impression.
Yeah, sherry, creamy.
Creamy. Buttery almost.
Yeah.
Some lovely honey that I'm picking up. The creamy fudge and the chocolate.
Vanilla as well.
It is quite a decent dram, that the very old bottling. So now we're talking the oldest bottling that we have here. 43%, a few drops of water.
Still sherry, but it's more caramel now.
It's softer now, the nose.
The nose is softer caramel.
With a bit of water, definitely a softer nose, and I agree with the caramel, the dried fruit. You can see the effect of the water on the glass there.
But still
Sherry is
nice,
still there, but light sherry.
nice whiskey.
Old. I'm getting old cask. I'm getting old whiskey. So now the previous bottling,
It's got a long finish.
much more sherry.
Oh, sorry, I was still saying it's got a long finish.
For me, that's got like a medium sort of finish. Very nice, but
Okay.
a lot more sherry. So this is the old bottling and the later one. You can see the color difference, and I'm getting much more sherry. Elna, what are you saying? Sherry, dark honey,
Oh yeah, definitely sherry.
dried
Dark
fruits,
honey,
the toasted nuts.
caramel as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dark chocolate. Dark chocolate.
And let's see if we can get some legs going here. So for me, based on the nose, I prefer this expression to the oldest one. And see there, if we've got some legs going. Wonderful.
Yeah. But the nose it's a very, very good nose.
Wow. Much more
I love
flavor.
the nose. I love the nose.
Much more flavor. But one thing that stands out for me, it is as if I'm picking up some older whiskey in here, because when the bottle says 12-year-old, then that must be the youngest cask that's in here, 12-year-old. But there might be older casks in here as well. So there could be some 15 or 16 or 18-year-old whiskies in there. And I'm getting older whiskey. Older whiskey. You can smell it on the nose. It's old casks. You can get the...
Now that you've mentioned it,
I'm
yes,
getting an
but-
old impression.
But the first time I smelled it, I didn't pick it up. But now that you mention it, yeah, I can pick it
And
up.
that is the advantage when you do it side by side. Older,
But I prefer this one.
fresher.
I prefer this one
To this one.
To this one, yeah.
It's a bit more bold for me, but it doesn't have that old character that I pick up here, but more flavor,
Oh yes,
more sherry,
much
more
more
fudge.
more
We haven't had water yet to
No,
that
let's
one.
try it with water.
Now the interesting thing is, will this one compare to that one? There's a distinct difference between these two.
The nose is much more softer now.
With the water. From here to here, we've got non-chill filtered and natural color and higher ABV. From here to here, we've got the same thing in terms of the label description.
Spices. I get much more spices now. Sherry and the spices is more prominent for me now.
Oh, but it's lovely. I do prefer this one. The balance between the sweet and the spicy is perfect. But a younger and fresher whiskey than this one for me.
Which one would you
But more
prefer?
flavour. I prefer this one.
Yeah,
Yes,
me too.
more flavor,
Yeah.
even though I'm getting a younger impression. So the color difference here, I'm getting the feeling that the color is even darker. It gets darker from old to previous to current bottling. Now tell me if I am seeing ghosts, but I'm getting sherry and caramel. Sherry and fudge. There's less sherry in the current bottling for me.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like this is
Definitely.
like creamy fudge, and
More
this
creamy
is
fudge, yeah.
sherried Christmas pudding.
Creamy fudge and caramel.
Chocolate?
Chocolate, sweets, candy. Yeah, definitely. No, the sherry is not that prominent as it
As in that one.
that one, yeah. Yeah, even with water,
Mm.
you still get the sherry.
Yeah, but it's really good.
I like the nose. That's
There's
not
more
that.
chocolate and caramel for me, and fudge. Chocolate, caramel, fudge. Whereas in this one,
more
there's more
spicy,
sherry.
sherry and spices, yeah.
Definitely more sherry, yeah. Oh,
This is
man. I prefer this one. I can tell you now, out of the three, this is my favorite, which is the
Okay.
previous bottling. Better than the oldest bottling, but the current bottling does not.
I don't know. I like the current one.
What stands out
It's
in the
something-
flavor profile for you?
I think it's because it's sherry, and then suddenly it's explosion of something else, caramels.
Fudge and
Fudge
chocolate.
and
It's like a
chocolate.
chocolate fudge.
Yeah. So I like the experience of sherry, and then you were expecting, oh, okay, this is going to be sherry as well, and not. It wasn't. But maybe you must add a few drops of water.
Our tasting notes is based on the previous bottling. It's not
Okay.
based on the latest bottling.
Let's try with.
But then again, you can have inconsistencies even in one bottling.
I like the nose. It's something totally different. You expect, okay, it was sherry, maybe it's going to be sherry again, and then it's not.
Sherry. I
Then
wonder
it's
why
something
this-
different.
wonder-
and I like
the
that.
sherry is still there, but it's
Yeah, but it's very
not the main
no,
feature.
not
for
as
me.
in
the
the
previous
previous
two.
two.
A bit of the effect there on the glass after the water was added. This is
Yeah.
mightily interesting. Which is your favorite?
Just want to try again.
Old, previous, and current bottling expression. Three
I would
generations.
say the current.
You like the
I
current?
like the current because it's something different from the sherry. I like the current one.
So interesting. All right, so this bottle becomes yours,
Okay, wonderful.
and
Good.
this bottle becomes mine, which is the. But I'm losing out.
You're
here
losing out.
because
There's
my
only
bottle,
a wee bit in there.
My bottle is quarter.
Sorry.
I'll
This
stick
is-
to the quarter bottle. Anyway, this was a bit of fun comparing three generations of Bunnahabhain 12-year-old. There we go. There it is. There it is. There it is. Just a couple of fun impressions from South Africa's whiskey couple. Hope to see you in the next video. Until then, slanja.
Slanja.